2 of the CR250 Elsinore. We're going to pull the motor and get it ready for prep for the paint. Keep in touch. Make sure to subscribe. Thank you. Hey, how we doing, everybody? We are getting ready to pull the red rocket motor out of this thing. The 78-79 CR250 was the same power plant. Honda thought they had a pretty good deal in 79, really didn't change anything from 78. But a little history on the motor here, but let's get these front bolts out of the motor mount. Got 3 in the front, 1 underneath, 1 in the rear, and then we will pull this motor. Once the motor's out, we're going to get ready to paint and reassemble. Get this frame straightened around and cleaned up and painted. But let's get this last bolt out of the rear here. I'll spin to the other side, and then we'll get this out. This series of videos we're doing here is just to show the average guy that anyone can do this. If I can do it, you guys can do it. Just like I said, using box open end wrenches, using some T-handles, and built this little wooden stand that it's on with rollers to move the bike around and get it done. So let's get this last bolt out of here. Take a second and we'll pull this thing out. After that, we'll get the CDI unit out of the frame and show you a few other things on this video. Let's get this thing out of here. Do the clean and jerk. Obviously not grabbing from the right spot. Got to grab from there. We go. And out it comes. And down goes the airbox. Surprisingly not that heavy, actually, of a motor. Not bad. Out comes the airbox. Still need plenty of parts to buy for the airbox. That's all I have. I don't have any of the inside hardware at all for that. So we shall hunt for that. Out comes the CDI unit. Pretty cool, all original, still in good working shape, which is impressive when you start to think about time. 41 years. It's a long time, especially on a dirt bike that gets the crap kicked out of it every time it gets ridden. But let's get this out of here. It's pretty, there's something good about taking old bikes apart. It's good for the soul. Bringing these things back to life is kind of fun. It's almost as good as riding. Maybe when you get old, it is just as good as riding. I don't know. It's fun. There's as soon as we get this out of here, there's a classic Tim moment coming up here. I'll pull this out. And in typical Tim fashion, I've already forgotten where the screw went back in. Who'd have thunk that? Once we figure this one out, we'll move on. Yeah, there we go, and we figured it out. Okay, so let's put this in the right spot. Like I said, I put all the bolts back in, and I'm going to take and power wash this whole thing, and that way, and I just know that way where the nuts and bolts go. I don't like throwing them in a coffee can. I think this is a little bit easier to do. So we'll get these screwed in. And I'll show you the CDI unit. Man, it's pretty good for 41 years old. Still has the sticker on it. Pretty good shape. All the connections are good. There's no corrosion. I don't know the history of this bike. We're up in the eastern Sierra Mountains. I don't know if this bike's been a local bike out of Reno, Nevada, or where it's been. But anyway, like I say, you can see, got the motor out. I'm going to go through this. We'll check out the top end, see if it needs piston rings. There's good compression, so hopefully we're good there. On the bottom end, looking at the frame, there's no cracks. It's not dented. It's just painted wrong. So that's pretty good. That'll be really helpful when it comes time to resale and to put back together. No bent subframe or anything. It's pretty nice. spin it around, you get a look at it this way, and won't be long before we'll be reassembling. I got some of the parts down here. Some of the stuff that is pretty, like this is the brake, rear foot brake. It's clean, so it's just a little soft scrub, taking off some of the surface dirt, clean a few parts, get ready to paint a few parts. We'll go through the front brakes. The brake stay has been straightened. Like I said, this is basic tools to do this. Put the carburetor in a bag so it doesn't get dirty. Like I said before, the back shocks are done. It is a new chain. Some more parts that I'll take and use some soft scrub and clean up. Get the surface dirt off. Throw that old air filter away.
Hey, thanks everybody for watching. There's more to come. Subscribe and stay in tune. Thanks.